We've all heard that processed foods are bad for you, but in reality, yes, processed foods are very bad for you. They make us fatter, more tired, and hungrier. Not great. None of these facts are preventing processed food sales from continuing to soar worldwide though. This means that processed foods are going to be a part of your life for the foreseeable future. The fact of the matter is they're more convenient and they taste better. And that's where Huel comes in. It's incredibly convenient. It tastes reasonably good, and it's supposedly very healthy. So what would happen if I ate nothing but Huel for 7 days? Would I become a superhero who's running a marathon every day? Or would I die of liver failure on day 5? That's what I set out to find out in this challenge. So why did I want to do this? First, I wanted to potentially unlock any vegan superpowers.
Didn't you know? Todd's vegan.
If those exist. It would also be nice to lose some weight. I've been losing weight for the past year, but let's see if it makes it easier. And, you know, if you eat nothing but Huel for a week, it gives you bragging rights. Hey, I had Huel for lunch. Oh, that's cool. I ate nothing but Huel for a week this one time. Cool? I wanted to see if Huel is a truly healthy and, I guess, scalable alternative to processed foods. Honestly, it was easier than I thought. The Huel savory is really good. Traditional Huel is definitely clumpy. Honestly, on a level, I appreciate that because the clumpiness means that it's not as processed. The product is years old, so like if they were gonna solve the clumpiness problem, they would have done it years ago, I feel like. So this makes me think that they sacrificed flavor / texture for health. Maybe. I certainly hope so. On the other hand, the ready to drink, what are you called? This one, super smooth. Oh my god, it's like dessert. Let's talk poop. I've pooped 6 times today, and for reference, that's more than usual. I don't typically poop 6 times a day. Overall, pretty satisfied. Didn't have super high energy today. To give you the history of Huel, I have to start with Soylent. In December of 2012, Rob Reinhart, who was a software engineer, decided that food is just too inconvenient. You always have to eat it, and it costs money, and it takes so much time. Rob Reinhart started designing an alternative to food, Food 2.0, and he called it Soylent. So Rob Reinhart decided to build a concoction that includes all of the vitamins, minerals, and macronutrients that you need on a daily basis, not without severe failures along the way. He got magnesium poisoning, underdosed and overdosed on potassium. He had heart arrhythmia, but it's okay because he was working towards the lofty goal of replacing food, which, you know, no one likes food, so thank God. After some experimentation, Reinhart hit his stride and he had a formula that actually worked. It tasted kind of like dough. It wasn't great, but it was definitely palatable, and he ate nothing but Soylent for 30 days. At this point, he crowdfunded it, and Soylent became a hit amongst tech workers, especially in the Bay Area. There was one hitch though. It gives you ferocious diarrhea. It's terrible. In 2015, a British dude by the name of Julian Hearn came up with the revolutionary idea of creating something like Soylent, but that didn't give you explosive diarrhea. Out of this just mind-bending idea, Huel was born, a portmanteau of human fuel. Unlike Soylent, Huel was not developed by a 25-year-old in his garage giving himself potassium poisoning. Instead, it was co-designed with James Collier, who was a nutritionist who actually ran a bodybuilding website for the years prior to the development of Huel. Still pooping a lot. Not quite as much, but still a lot. The other big thing I've noticed is my daily workouts are just way harder. You know, the kind of workout you get where you only get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep, but you go to work out anyways, and then you're just exhausted and it doesn't feel good. That's how every workout has felt. Sleep's been fine though. So on a scale from 1 to amazing, how would I rate different Huel products and experiences? Huel protein, way better than other plant-based proteins, but still not as good as whey. Huel original, 2 stars, clumpy and weird. Huel Mexican chili, muy bueno. Huel mac and cheese, amazing. Huel bars, B+, super dense, not overly sweet, very chewy, pretty good.
Huel ready to go, too expensive. Huel chicken mushroom, not great. Huel pasta bolognese, surprisingly delightful. Huel for weight loss, 100 times easier than keto. So while I know my performance at the gym hasn't been as good, how was my performance at work stacked up? Well, I asked my coworker, and this is what he had to say.
His focus this week has been at like 0%. On Monday, he held a presentation for 20 minutes and he spent 9 of those minutes just saying Today, Trent submitted a 3-line code review and I found 14 things wrong with it. How do you even do that? So I guess all in all, his performance has been about the same.
Anyone who's used a standard protein shaker has experienced the obnoxious rattling metal thing inside of it that's so loud, and anytime you're walking anywhere with it, it just tells everyone, hey, do you even lift, bro? Huel fixed that, and it's so elegant, and perhaps even more effective at mixing powder. So kudos to that, Huel. Let's talk the numbers. Each day, I've been eating 2,610 calories of Huel. This is broken up into 2 Huel bars, 3 Huel savories, 1 Huel shake, the original, 1 Huel ready-made, and 2 scoops of Huel protein. Each day, I've been having 187 grams of protein, 235 grams of carbs, 88 grams of fat, and 57 grams of fiber. That probably means nothing to you. For reference, the University of San Francisco Health Department recommends that you have between 15 and 30 grams of fiber per day, 30 being the maximum. I'm having pretty much twice that amount. I think I know why I pooped 6 times on Monday. Also worth noting is that this is a lot of protein, especially on a vegan diet. If you're trying to build muscle, you typically want to eat about 1 to 1.4 grams of protein per pound of body weight, and I am absolutely in that range on a completely vegan diet. So how much did all of this cost? My blend of Huel products came out to $24.53 per day, which is a pretty far cry from eating only cup of noodle ramen, but is, I would argue, reasonably priced for a balanced, healthy diet. However, if you want to go full cheapo mode, taste and texture be damned, you can buy only the Huel original, you get a subscription, and you get 16 bags per delivery in the subscription. This would come out to about $11.05 per day if you're eating 2,600 calories. That's cheap.
Day 6. How we doing, Kayla?
I think you're ready for food.
Yeah. Is it difficult for me to only eat Huel?
No, not really. Except your grumpiness sometimes when you want food.
Am I grumpier than usual?
In a few moments when I can see you longingly look at food.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
Grumpy.
Day 7, experiment over. What are my final takeaways? First, I would say I felt pretty good. My cravings honestly weren't that bad. I feel like I could do another week and it wouldn't be that hard. I wasn't hungry the vast majority of the time, and I was in a caloric deficit, probably because I had outrageous amounts of fiber every day. So if you're trying to cut calories, I would recommend introducing Huel into your diet. The flavors varied quite a bit. The quality varied quite a bit product to product, as you saw in the review section. So I think you need to experiment with what you like if you want to go with Huel, but then you find what you like and then you just enjoy it. I have no idea why the original Huel product is still around. It's gross. The chocolate flavor is it tastes like chocolate and it's kind of sweet, but it's so clumpy and weird. My energy levels were constant throughout the day, every day, and that part felt really nice. Anyways, if you're looking to make a drastic change to your diet, like going keto or eating carnivore, Huel is probably a far more solid path for you. It's a lot easier and it's a lot more environmentally friendly. So, win-win. Well, that'll wrap it up for the video. If you liked what you saw, there just so happens to be a button for that you can press. It looks something like that. If you didn't like what you saw, there's no button for that. You just got to leave the page. And if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.